day, right before winter break, we got a lot of snow. Not just a little tiny bit, but a lot of snow. And I was thinking, what happened to all that snow? It's gone now, for the most part at least. And where does it come from in the first place? Do you guys know? Well, the other day, I noticed that there was a puddle on our driveway. And then the next day, it was a bunch of ice. So how does that happen? How does water turn to ice? And how does ice turn to water? So I was thinking, let's go outside and find out. Let's go. So I found some snow. It's a little bit dirty from all the rain and the leaves falling down on top of it, but it's still a nice good pile of snow. Now, let's get a little bit closer look at our snow. You see that? It's kind of icily, crystally. Oh, and look, what's happening in my hand? When you warm up snow, it melts. What does it melt into? Does anybody know? That's right, it melts back into water. So that's telling me that if snow, when it melts, turns into water, that means that snow must come from water, right? Okay, so let's go find out about ice. All right, we're back inside, and I have a glass here. I'm going to fill it with some ice cubes. I got some handy dandy ice cubes out of my freezer. If you guys want to see, this is what they look like. Nice and cubed and cold for sure. So let's pour some into our cup and see what happens. It's taking a really long time for these ice cubes to melt. I wonder how we can make it go faster. I have an idea. All right, friends, here we are over at the stove, because that's one thing that I could think of to heat these ice cubes up pretty quickly. So, as a kid, you know that we are never to go to the stove without an adult or a parent, right? That's right. So, since I am a teacher and a parent, it's okay, because I'm going to be safe. All right, we're going to put these ice cubes in. Ready? Oh. Whoa! Do you see that? Do you see all that steam? And look what's happening to our ice cubes. They're all melting, going away. They all turned into water. Do you see that, friends? So our idea was right. Our idea was that if we heated up those ice cubes, they would turn back to water. So now I'm wondering, how do we make ice from water? What can we do with our ice or our water and make it turn into ice? You know what? That is a great idea. Let's see, because those ice cubes were really, really cold. But now we had to heat it up to make it water. So I wonder if we take water and we do the opposite. We make it really, really cold, if that is going to turn it into ice. So let's fill up a container with water and sit it outside, because I know it's going to be really, really cold tonight. And let's see what happens. All right, here we are back at the table. I got my container filled with water. And if you want to do this at home, ask your mom and dad if you can have a container to fill up with water. I'm going to use some paint to color my water to make it extra fun when we find out if it's going to turn into ice or not. So if you have at home food coloring or maybe glitter, or even want to stick a little like toy in here, ask mom and dad and let's see what happens. Okay, so I think I'm going to choose red. So I'm going to get this nice and red in here. All right, so So that is the end of coloring my water. I think if you use food coloring, it'll definitely work better. But that's all I had today, and so we made do. So I'm going to take my container and I'm going to sit it outside, and we'll be back in the morning to see what happens. Bye. Okay, friends, so I just checked my bucket of water that we had sitting outside all night long in the super, super cool weather. Do you guys want to see it? What do you predict? Do you think it's still going to be water, or do you think it's going to be something else? Let's find out. All right, so here's my bucket of water. What do you guys think? Should I dump it upside down to test whether or not it's water? All right, let's find out. What? That's right, it completely turned to ice. It froze. So that means that our prediction was correct, that if we got water super, super cold, it was going to turn to ice. Now, I know we got to go outside and look at the snow and look at the ice, but I'm sure you're wondering, where does snow come from? Well, yes, it does come from water, but it also comes from the sky. So, when the air gets really cold, under 32 degrees, and it starts to rain, those raindrops turn to snowflakes. So that's where our snow comes from. Hopefully we get a lot more snowy days here soon, because I really want to build a snowman.